guys, so I'm going to do a collective reading today. I am using the Mary L. Tarot as well as the Thoth Tarot and the messages. Alright, so what does the collective who is watching right now need to know for their highest timeline? What does the collective who is watching right now need to know for their highest timeline? One more. Of the Two of Discs. All right. Clarifying the Nine of Wands. Two of Discs. Clarifying the Knight of Wands. Or Nine of Wands. Balance. Working together. Okay. Alright. So what does the collective who is watching need to know right now for their highest timeline? What does the collective who's watching need to know right now for their highest timeline? One more. Alright, we have the Queen of Earth. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of earthy energy right here. If you count all of the pentacles together, we have 10 pentacles right here. And then the Nine of Wands. We'll see what that's about. Okay. So what does the collective who's watching need to know right now for their highest timeline, highest potential? What do they need to know right now? All right. So Nine of Wands is about your the wounds you've got from like battle, the scars, the things that have made you who you are. Okay, we have Weatherman. She has this tiger, and she has the tiger stripes. Okay. Drone light show. That just came through in a recent collective reading, I believe. A recent reading. Okay. Cinematographer. Okay. The Princess Bride. I just got this the other day in my own life. Sitting underneath the Queen of Pentacles. Love. Stand by me. Elon Musk under drone light show. Uno reverse, right back to the warmth. All right. Cancer moon. And Scooby-Doo. All right, okay. So, Two of Discs. So this could even mean like being blinded to something, or just having the eyes closed, a moment of rest. Kind of reminds me of like when people put kiwi over their eyes, relaxing, spa day. Well, it kind of looks like seaweed. Maybe just like pausing. Two of Pentacles is a card that can be about balance, integrating something into your life. Even that moment of like needing something to settle, like something big has like changed in your life or come into your life, and there's a need for integration, for things to settle. Even for like, yeah, maybe things just like to settle, to be able to then rearrange and like move around. This can be a wanted energy or something that has like been just like put into your life, and there's a need to have to rearrange or integrate. Okay, and that is clarifying the Nine of Wands. I just heard permission. Permission. Nine of Wands. This can be about taking your power back from the things that have like oppressed you, that have hurt you, harmed you, marked you. She's now wearing the tiger stripes. Something that was meant to hurt her or harm her, she's now become. She's embodiment. She's embodied this energy now. Fierce. Maybe because she's gone through a lot of these kind of cycles in her life. Maybe a lot of these have maybe even been unwanted. Like, I'm just thinking about like survival, like adaptation or adapting. Like, that can be an unwanted energy, but it's needed and necessary for survival. Needing to adapt quickly, needing to rearrange quickly, compartmentalize quickly. Or this can be quite a beautiful energy in people's lives. Like something big coming into their life that they want to rearrange their life around. I'm thinking about like even dating someone, like if you're dating someone, or even like a baby coming into your life, that's a wanted, for most people, that's a wanted thing, something that they've planned around. That's like a need to like alchemize, like something big is coming into my life and there's a need to know where like I need to make sacrifices to bring this thing in because I want it in my life. I want to figure out what I need to do. This energy can even be about taking charge, your fierce energy, your tiger energy, your fire. Using what's just been used against you as your weapon, as your power. She wears those stripes proudly now. They show what she's survived. That came through in the last reading I just did. Having like feeling marked in some way, or something's like using the things that have tried to control you and turning it into your strength, like even adorning yourself with what you've survived, using it as your alchemy. Tiger energy, very much that's a big part of my life. Turning it into your power. Okay. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's taught me a lot. So a lot of these cards in this deck have like a relationship with each other for me. And they've told me a lot of stories, and this is one of them. if you look at this, she's reached the top of a mountain. She's climbed up a mountain. She's done what she's needed to do to get to the very top, and she's holding that big pentacle. You could call that a resource, whether that's knowledge, whether that's just like information, like whatever that is, money. She's accomplished something big in an earthly sense. And this came through for me in a big way a long time ago with the Knight of Pentacles, and they were sitting right next to each other, and it was just showing the relationship between the two. The Knight is he's at the very bottom of the mountain, and he's looking up at the mountain, at the top of the mountain, and she's sitting at the very top of the mountain looking down. Like, even people willing to climb mountains to receive what you have up there, like knowledge, resources, fellowship, love. I have the Princess Bride sitting under this, and it just reminds me of when they climbed up that rope thing to get to the very top. But yeah, so she's accomplished in her own way. She's holding that huge pentacle. That's why I was saying right here, we have 7 pentacles here, 8, and then 9 and 10. There's 10 pentacles here, which is like really giving me the feeling of the 10 of Pentacles card, like the combination of energy, like what you're willing to fight for, to get what you deserve, what you want, what you're envisioning. Okay, so then we have the 7 of Pentacles, and this can be about like watering. This can be a very irritating card for some people, but I think it's quite beautiful. So this can be about watering, pruning, all the more like tedious, laborious stuff that isn't quite rewarding up front, but in the long run it is. Like constantly like laboring over like a fruit tree, or your veggies, like veggie, you know, doing the pruning, having to do the watering. You're having to do all this work before you get any kind of like thing to reward you, before you get the food. But it's very necessary. You need to do that to have the food. And but that's what this card is very much about. Like the more tedious things, the laborious stuff. We have love. We have this, the Queen of Pentacles and this card being brought together by love. Joined together with love. Just reminds me of devotion. Like there's nothing you would not do for another person when you when there's that devotion there. The watering of things, the tending, the pruning, the stoking of the fire. Like love is in all the little things. Literally all the little things. Okay, and then we have Stand By Me. Oh wait, okay, so we finished these cards. All right, so now let's go through the messages. All right, so we have Weatherman underneath the 9 of Wands. Hot. Reminds me of like hot weather. Humid. Burning something out. Burning the impurities out of water. She's holding this flame in her hand. I have a weatherman. Controlling the weather. The environment of something. How something feels even within like a room. The weather within a room. Is it tense? Is it stormy? Is it cool? But this reminds me of like reclaiming your powers, like an empowering moment even. Statements. Clarifying something. Standing your ground. Embodiment. Tiger energy. Showing your claws even, like make an appearance. Like that's kind of what it feels like. We're gonna keep looking at this. It's like okay. All right, drone light show. Yeah, this came through in a recent reading where we were talking about people, like their light, everything working together. Oh yeah, all for one and one for all. That's what came through. The Three Musketeers. Drone light show, everything working together. Drones, their technology. But drone light shows, they create like these like displays of art and moving things. Like I was watching one that was like intense and beautiful. It was this like samurai. It was all these drones moving in the air, and a samurai, he was like doing all kinds of moves, and he like swung his sword, and like this thing is happening with like, I'm guessing like hundreds of thousands of drones, and it literally looks like a giant in the air, but it's so sophisticated as well and smooth. Everything working together, something all working together, something new. If you've never seen a drone light show, it can be quite impressive. I've seen quite a bit of them now, like just on YouTube, with like dragons and different things. Yeah, okay, so something moving together, and it's sitting here between the Two of Discs and the Nine of Wands. This kind of feels like almost like two opposite energies, like just from like how it looks visually. She looks very like resting in a spa even, with her kiwis on her eyes, her seaweed wrap. And then this energy is right here next to it, fierce, having fought for itself, standing in its power. I can almost feel like two different dynamics, even two different people. I don't want to assume either one of these are bad. I can see how it can kind of feel like that in some way, like someone is able to go to a spa and have kiwis on their face and seaweed wraps, or like another person is like fighting for their life. It can feel quite, what is that word, discognizant? Dismissive? Ignorant? But that, you could even say there's just like two different ways of life, two different people from two different situations. But drone light show is something working together. Yeah, it's easy to judge a book right here. That's what it feels like, yet you don't know the background of each of these stories. That's very interesting. Okay. Then we have cinematographer sitting right underneath the Two of Discs with this this woman. Now it's reminding me of the Green Man, but a green woman. Part of Earth. That's what I'm saying. It's like it feels like it's an easy like projection to make. Almost like someone being able to rest on their laurels while everyone else is like fighting, yet they're not. They're deeply a part of the earth. Cinematographer. Film. The creation of something. Someone's story. If you, like, I'm thinking about, like, even if you had, like, a camera and you followed someone around their entire life, you would notice that everyone's stories are super intricate. It's easy to project a story onto people. But if you literally had a camera and you followed them around throughout their life, you'd realize that everyone's story is quite complex. They have their own fears, their own traumas, their own demons, their highs and their lows. All right. Now we have the Princess Bride sitting right underneath this Queen of Earth. This literally just came through for me a couple days ago with the Queen of Water, actually. And we have the Queen of Earth right here. The Princess Bride. I'm sure every single person, or most people, know that, like, that phrase. It's inconceivable. By that one guy, I forgot what his name is, but he says it so many times in the movie. Yeah, do you even know what that means? Forget the lines. Princess Bride. There's a lot of different ways that this could go right here. So I don't want to just assume anything, but we have love right here, right next to it. Going through all this, like, stuff to finally come together even. Fighting for other people, fighting for what you want, fighting for what you believe in. Willing to climb whatever mountain you need to climb. Get whatever knowledge you need to get. Water whatever you need to water. Prune what you need to prune. Love is in the small things. Love is sitting here. It's literally sitting like this between these two. Love is in the small things. Devotion. That could even be just, like, gaining knowledge that you need to get because it's helpful for a partner. It'll help them, help work together with them. If you even think about, like, growing a garden, there's a lot of, like, knowledge needed. There's a lot of understanding that's needed about, like, companion planting, what needs to be planted next to each other, what needs to be planted at, like, the front part of a greenhouse to prevent, like, flies from coming in. Like, there's so much knowledge needed. And you can kind of think about that in regards to, like, a relationship. Like, helping a partner prune the stuff that's, like, zapping their energy. You know, like, these different things. Water their roots. Like, stoke that flame. Stoke that fire. Holding up a lantern, a lamp for them when they're feeling lost. Letting them know that you're a safe place. Even, like, when in arguments and, like, when there's, like, disagreements, like, always kind of, even just letting a partner know that you can always draw in close to me. Like, that's something very important for me, just because of the family I grew up in. I very much want something very different for my life. very much like even if we're disagreeing on something, you can always like draw in close to me. Like we can always figure this out. We can always figure out solutions. Like you're worthy of that to me. Like you don't have to ever be afraid of me. Like that energy. Stand by me. I'll help you prune what you need to prune. I'll help you whatever it is that's needed. I'll look up the knowledge. I'll help you. And like knowing that you deserve that within something. If this is something else, but we very much have love here. We have the Princess Bride. We have Stand By Me, which is a movie, but you can kind of like see that as like a stand by me. Like draw into me. But Stand By Me is about friends. It's an 80s movie about friendship. Stand by me. Standing up for each other, fighting for each other. You even kind of like at the very beginning of the story, you just see a bunch of like kids, and you see like some of them kind of have like behavioral issues, and or some are a little more like introverted, but throughout the story you kind of understand like what kind of created them to be that way. Like you follow them, you see the relationships between each other, and you can very much understand like why they are the way that they are. Like where at first you can judge a book by its cover, you can project onto certain characters, and then later you realize, oh, like he doesn't have a dad. He's very much from like a dysfunctional family. Oh, his brother just died. That's why. You know, like it's like the cinematographer energy. Like once you can judge people and project onto people. But it's very much like if you had a camera and you had like been able to follow someone throughout their life, you'd see very much like why they are the way that they are. That when you judge just a book by its cover, when you project onto people, what is that saying? When you make an assumption, you make a fool not only out of you but me, or me but you, something like that. Okay. So stand by me, yeah. All right. So now we have Elon Musk. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so Elon Musk. Under Drone Light Show. Which is bringing together the Two of Discs and the Nine of Wands. Huh. We were kind of talking about like two different people, projecting onto people something that we believe. You could even say that something like looking like someone's like resting on their laurels, or they've hit a peak in something and like they're not having to fight for their life. Like this energy kind of feels like it's had to do. And I'm thinking of like Elon Musk here. Like there's it's easy to project onto people. I know that can be a little bit of a tense topic. Like, he's just one of those people where everyone has a pretty intense opinion about. But I don't want to bring like all of that into here, just because of how this all is like, how this is. It feels like Drone Light Show working together. And we have Elon Musk here, and then we have this thing about like projecting two different stories. But if you had a camera and you followed someone around, you'd realize something is very much more intricate and different than perception. However that's coming through for you. I don't want to go down like a whole thing. yeah, everyone has very many different opinions about Elon Musk. There's things that I love about him, and then there's things that, like, I'm not quite sure what I feel. So, but a lot of that is because of other people's opinions, like literally the internet's opinion, political opinion, all this different things, smear campaigns, like, you know, all this stuff. It's just like hard to know like what is really actually like true, because I know he's also autistic. And so I think there's like another level of just like yeah, let's leave it right there. Okay. So Uno reverse, right back to the warmth. So now we're going right back in. Okay, this is how this feels. Like right down the middle, it feels like all this kind of like projection or like hot weather, like this kind of like back and forth energy, fighting for your life. Other people just like feeling like they're resting on their laurels and like able to do stuff maybe that you're not able to do. You know, that can be kind of like an angering feeling when you've been fighting and fighting and fighting for like justice, and you've had to be in like this energy constantly, and you look over and there's just people able to just relax and like get seaweed wraps and like have kiwis on their eyes. Like, who has time for that? You know, when you're like fighting for your life, it can be like that energy, but that's an easy energy to project onto other people, because you don't know their life. You maybe don't even know what they've fought for in the background to have that life. So anyways, that's kind of like what this energy feels like right here. Like a kind of a weird, like, yeah, hot weather. Yeah, let's leave it like that, because we have Uno reversed right back to the warmth. And as soon as we like cross right over this little divide over here, it's literally all about love and emotion and like relaxing. Because now we have, so Uno reversed right back to the warmth. Okay, let's get right back over here. So now we have Cancer Moon here. And that's sitting right underneath the Princess Bride. And right underneath the Queen of Earth. So Cancer Moon, quite emotional, emotive, pores. I have a Cancer Moon in the 4th house, and so I very much like understand this energy. It can almost, I feel like I've had to go through a lot of lessons in life because I give too much. And I feel like that's just like the nature of Cancer energy. It's a giver. It gives and gives and gives. It's like the mother energy. There's a need for it to give, to shelter, to nurture, to do. It's emotive water. It's active water. It's cardinal. It's water in motion. And having that with the moon energy there, it's ruled by the moon, Cancer is. So it's even more intense. And it just reminds me, just like, this energy always needs something to water, to pour into, to create for, to give for, to nurture. There's like, and when that energy is almost like confined and there's not the ability or the streams for its water to pour down, it can go like almost like in on itself in a deeply repressive way, and it can be quite harmful. It always needs this stuff in its life, these little places that want to be watered and nurtured and pruned within like every part of life. I feel like that's just the nature of Cancer. Active motion, needing to pour into. And that's why it can also be quite unhealthy energy when it's around like people who are more takers, who don't pour back, who just take and take and take, which Cancer, the people-pleasing version of Cancer can just give and give and give and continue to give and like literally be sucked dry. Not even sucked dry, like get angry. I remember that was something very much I had to, I was always angry because I felt like I would pour into things and no one would pour back to me. And I just realized very much that Cancer, like, maybe not every energy can do that as well as Cancer does, because Cancer, it's like just like a never ending, like just always like, and maybe that can just be too much for people or certain people, or I don't know. I'm still kind of like feeling that out in my life. I've just learned that Cancer very much needs all these different outlets, all these different streams. It always needs to be pouring into stuff. And that doesn't even have to necessarily be people. It can be work, it can be art, it can be music, it can be all these different avenues. I've very much had to do that in my own life. I have like so many different like streams of like avenues that I pour into. To keep it from like binding up in me. It keeps my waters flowing. So we have that energy right here, sitting underneath the Princess Bride. I'm thinking about that scene. I don't know why I'm thinking of this scene, but the one where he's, what happened to him? I forgot what happened. He took some medicine, or what did he take? And he's all limp, and they're having to carry him around in that wheelbarrow. I'm not sure why I'm thinking of that scene. Okay, let's keep going. And now it's reminding me of them standing at the top of the wall when he's in that wheelbarrow. Making a plan. Does some part of the plan or something feel like it's stunted or atrophied? I've been talking about a lot about atrophies, and that's making me think of like atrophied energy. Something needing fluid, something needing blood pumped through it, something not fully functional. Huh. Okay. Alright, Scooby-Doo. Huh. Yeah. So Scooby-Doo energy. I feel like most people on this planet have seen Scooby-Doo. Either the old episodes or the new episodes. So the Scooby Gang. Yeah. Solving crimes, pulling the masks off of people. But it's sitting here underneath the love. That's when I'm a little love. Pulling off the masks from each other. Pulling off, you could even think of like masked energy, like the things you've had to do to survive in life. The masks. Oh, you could even think of this as like a mask. Like, that's what I'm saying. It feels like this card is symbolizing like the ability to easily project onto something. Or even maybe someone wearing a mask. You can even think about autism. That the masking energy to be able to survive in life, to make it through, to feel normal. With love sitting right underneath it, love helping you take off those masks, push through those atrophies, put the fluid back in, reveal the eyes. Love. By the slow, tedious, like pruning and watering. And when you love someone, it feels like the ability to almost like being honored to do that for another person. Like you get to do that for them. Like you're the person that they rely on, that they trust to do that for them. Like not taking that for granted. I'm just thinking about Scooby-Doo taking the masks off, helping them prune the limbs, even like just like the false stuff that they've had to carry with them, just like to survive in life, to get through life, the armor that they've had to wear to survive, even behavioral issues or projections or different things they have going on. Yeah, because normally Scooby-Doo, you know, they're getting the bad guy. They're taking the mask off of the bad guy. But just because we have all this beautiful, like, emotive energy, warm energy right here, it feels like just helping someone reveal, like, the true nature of who they are. Someone helping you do that. Working together, doing that for each other. Because Queen of Earth can be deeply sensual. This can be like even the love language of touch, sensuality, like physical stuff, like the actual acts of like, you know, romantic acts, things done in person, literally going out and pruning those bushes. Like those are acts of love in earthly sense. They're not things that are just spoken, they're being done, they're being embodied. Like, you're worthy of me doing this for you. You're worthy of being pruned. You are worthy of growing lots of fruit. You're worthy of me standing by you or being stood by, supported. Scooby-Doo even can be about friendships. Stand by me, friendships. Working together. Yeah, the Princess Bride, friendships. We have love right here, you know, and so there's very many different stories that this can be about right here. Okay, so is there, what time, 44? Okay, is there anything else that we need to say here? Uno reverse, right back to the warmth. Maybe something felt like it got cold or even just like tense. Or someone covered up their eyes, kind of went back into their masking behaviors. Could be just something that's like survival, something that they've done for survival. Maybe something spooked them or frightened them, and that's just something that they know. Even if it's something that has like debilitated them or something in the past, it might just be because they know it. Maybe helping someone feel worthy of coming out of that they don't have to revert back to those things. yeah, that they don't, even maybe this being a past cycle of their life, and being a witness to it, and making sure, stand by me, you don't ever have to go back to that. You don't ever have to put that mask back on. You don't ever have to go into that survival like energy. You don't ever have to atrophy those parts of yourself. Close the fluid to survive. A family, a society, situations, like whatever it is. Like, you're safe with me. You can draw in close to me. You are worthy of being pruned. Like, that's just what it feels like. You are worthy of being supported. Just like this, like, garden metaphor. Within love, within just like you as a person. Yeah, you are worthy of being this right here. Knowing those peaks, sitting at the tops of those mountains, like, you are this person. Even if like maybe other people around you have told you differently or have tried to convince you differently, very much it feels like that you're in this energy right here. Or you have this in some way, some part of your life. You're worthy of feeling like this. This can even be about like being well fed, having plenty of food in the refrigerator, food security. This is earth energy. Being able to afford your bills, like, you know, like just like super earthy things, like survival stuff. You are worthy of being cared for. Or resources, whatever that means to you. That doesn't have to be money. That can literally be a stand by me energy. I'm here. I can help you. Like, even helping someone build their confidence, like this energy. Scooby-Doo gang. Finding those monsters, the people that have like haunted you. Even illusions and delusions and stuff that have like, I'm thinking about like when I used to have really bad social anxiety, and it was a lot of it was repression, illusions, like fear, things that were projected onto me. And because I was this like super emotional person, it turned me inwards, that Cancer moon energy, inwards, deeply repressed. But it also made me super creative. I created so much, but in a very secret way, just because of the nature of how things were. But like knowing that you're worthy of your waters, like going this way, pouring outwards. That's where the waters are needed. Stand by me, friendships, the garden, even people who are worthy of your water, who aren't just taking. That to me is very healthy. When you can pour into other people and they can like recycle it through, alchemize it, and pour right back to you. I think that's a deeply like the alchemical water within a relationship or relationships. Like, I'm tending your garden, and my garden is helping your garden. We're helping like feed each other in our own ways, prune each other, push through those atrophies. It's okay to feel awkward or uncomfortable. It's okay to feel like you need to like even regress back into like a past form of yourself, but you don't have to. Like, letting someone know, or whatever this is about, that they don't have to go back there. They don't have to suppress or regress or mask. They can actually draw in closer, that you are a safe space. Love here, bringing this energy together. Understanding what's projection, what's because of survival, even because you've had to fight for what you have. or like a feeling of always having to fight, like wherever you are within this story. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Cinematographer, though, if that's something that, just because it's come out, that might be something to just look into. Even like the creation of films, how things are filmed, like angling, like, you know, just, yeah. Alright guys, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. I wish you well with whatever this is about, and I'm going to link some of the stuff in the below. It normally takes me about 40-50-ish minutes to link these different things, like certain things that have come up, like the Princess Bride, below. And so if you click on it and it's not there immediately, it will be there at some point. Yeah, alright guys, I wish you well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.